Hello, Wojciech Lepczynski here. Today I will be talking about automation in AWS Cloud. In AWS System Manager, you have the opportunity to explore automation. As you can see, there is something new here. There is automation. This tool can help you solve many problems. Nothing special when you are advanced, but if you are starting out, it might be helpful. So, today we will check how this tool can help solve SSH problem in EC2. For this purpose, I prepared two test instances with different problems. One has CLI in its name because I will also try to run this automation using CLI. My EC2 are in running state, but they don't have to be. As you can see, I currently have 4 EC2 instances. First, I will try to solve SSH problem in EC2 with this InstanceId. Okay, we can go to System Manager, Automation, Execute Automation, SSH, AWS Support-TroubleshootSSH. Okay, this automation runbook on the beginning checks if the instance is managed by AWS System Manager. If yes, then in the next step we install EC2 Rescue for Linux via AWS configure AWS package. And of course run the bash script to run EC2 Rescue for Linux. But if EC2 is not managed by AWS System Manager, then we check if there is AllowOffline and SubnetId. So we retrieve the current instance subnet, and we can run the AWS support execute EC2 rescue runbook with the target instance SubnetId, SelectedInstanceSubnet. Or, if we provide subnet, we can run the AWS support execute EC2 rescue runbook with the provided SubnetId value. Okay, so now we can execute automation runbook. I choose simple execution. We can of course execute this automation in multiple accounts and regions, or execute in step-by-step mode. I choose the simplest one, simple execution. So, the AWS Support-TroubleshootSSH automation document installs the EC2 rescue tool for Linux, EC2RL, and then uses the openssh module to check or attempt to fix common issues that prevent a remote connection to the Linux machine via secure shell SSH. And it's recommended to take a backup or snapshot of your EBS volume if you are modifying the instance configuration. And you need to know that AWS Support Execute EC2 Rescue automation can stop the instance and create an AMI before attempting an operation. So data stored in instance store volume will be lost, and the public IP address can change if you are not using elastic IP address. As you can see, only one of my EC2s is managed by System Manager. Of course, I can choose Show All Instance and voila! Okay, so we can choose IAM role for this task. If you don't do this, System Manager automation uses the permissions of the user that starts this runbook. Action, I choose FixAll because I want to fix everything, but if you want only check, you can choose check all. I set true in AllowOffline. You should set it to true if you allow an offline SSH remediation in case the offline troubleshooting fails, or the provided instance is not a managed instance. You can also specify the subnet ID for the EC2 rescue instance used to perform the offline troubleshooting. If no subnet ID is specified, AWS System Manager automation will create a new VPC. You can also specify the size of the new machine. As you can see, default is T3 medium. And of course you can specify S3 if you want save logs. Of course it's optional. Okay, so execute. You can run this automation also using CLI. You need to provide AWS SSM start automation execution, document name, of course AWS support troubleshooting SSH, document version, default, and parameters. You need to specify InstanceId, actions, again FixAll, AllowOffline, again true, and SubnetId, SelectedInstanceSubnet. Region, I choose EU Central 1. And that's all. Okay, so let's go to the AWS System Manager and Automation. Here we have the execution of automation. The first execution automation has already been successfully completed. We can see the chilled automations, chilled automations. Here we have execution details. Oh, I can show you something more. As you remember, at the beginning I had 2 EC2 instances in running state. Now I have 3 in running state. Why? Because this one was created by automation. As you can see, the name is AWS Support EC2 Rescue and InstanceId. Don't worry, this EC2 will be automatically deleted. Okay, there we have automation execution ID. Let's copy this and check. Here it is. Let's go to details. Description. And output. Okay, we don't see any output yet, so let's wait a moment. It takes a while. Okay, I will speed up this during editing. Yeah, finally we have some outputs. So that's all. I encourage you to look into automation in AWS. Of course, I also encourage you to subscribe to the channel and visit my blog. What I can say, don't miss new episode and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye!